Hello my lovelies and welcome to another video. I'm actually so happy to be filming this one. So we are in second week of May and I wanted to touch back on a video that I actually filmed 4 months ago, which was about all of my, I want to say, beauty and personal goals that I had for 2025. Now, I think it's quite important because I filmed this huge video in January telling you all of my beauty bridal goal planning in a way. I don't know how to explain it. I think like in life, we very often have certain moments that we want to look our best for, whether it's graduation or wedding, or sometimes just, you know, we need a change. Sometimes it's after a breakup or after a divorce, whatever. You know, yesterday I spoke about that to a group of friends that I have that are a little bit older than me, because I was saying like how I'm planning my wedding. And a friend of mine said like, please tell me all about that, because right now all I'm hearing about is divorce. And I was saying, you know what? Sometimes that's also okay, because sometimes we have difficult or beautiful life moments, and both of them can make us want to get the best out of ourselves. At least that's what I think is the healthiest approach, mentally and physically, like a bit of an occupation or a hobby. And actually in my January video, I mentioned that my favorite hobby is working on myself. And I don't mean that just physically, I mean that very much, in fact, more so mentally and spiritually, and just working on myself is something that is very, very important to myself. So where are we now? What I've changed from January, what I've added, and what I've seen working. Now, I just saw that video, like I watched it, and I realized that from January till now, my hair grew like insanely, because I had it cut in January and it grew. Look how much hair there is. There is so much new hair also. This is new, look, because it finishes here, and I don't have layers anymore in my hair. So my fringe has also grown out, which is great. It took, I don't know if it took 2 or 3 years, but from here my fringe grew out completely, which makes me very, very happy. And I'm gonna talk about that in no particular order. One thing that, as you can see, I really managed to do much better this year than any other year is water intake. Hydration is very important from your skin outside, of course, but so much more from the inside. I have to say, Annabelle really helped me with this, but I helped her help me because I asked all the people around me if they can please remind me to drink water, and every time that they're drinking, to tell me that I should be drinking too, because I just did not have the habit. What also helped me is this. Obviously you don't have to have the Stanley cup or any other cup or anything. I just needed a big cup, because a small cup of water would mean that I would remember once a day and I would drink it, and that was pretty much it for the day. I'm not very proud of that, but I'm a big coffee and tea drinker, and in all honesty, I would very often, if I want to drink something, drink coffee and not water or supplements or nutrients or any kind of hydrators that are so important for beauty and health. Talking about that, over here I have a lot of water, and then I mixed my super greens powder in it, which contains a lot of supplements that are great for your physical health but also for your mental health. And I also have a handful of supplements. I'm gonna take them, but I've got them here so that I don't forget to talk about them. Nothing's really changed on that front. I've been very, very good with taking everything, except that I added one extra thing, and that is my eye supplements. I've mentioned the eye supplements because I felt like my eyes are getting very tired, and I think they're getting tired from screen time. I'll take supplements now because I'm not proud of what I said. I hope I didn't ruin my lipstick, but in case I did, I got a touch-up lipstick situation. My mirror phone case. Actually, it's really good. What do you think? By the way, this is a new lipstick that I just got. I ordered a huge order from Space NK, and I love this one. I don't normally experiment much with lipstick because I have so many colors I love, but I think this could be a new favorite. And it's from Charlotte Tilbury. I'll of course link it below. As always, it's in shade Naughty Talk. Where do I even start? Supplements. I think they're very important. They're very important for mental health and physical health. I say mental health, and I mentioned that in the previous video as well. Please, please do not take lightly the probiotic. Obviously, you need to take probiotic every time you take antibiotic. That's like 1 + 1 = 2. That's like the most like basic ABC of everything of your body. But You also need to take probiotics regularly because they are so important for microbiome and for the gut health. And the gut health is directly linked to our mental health, our thoughts. There have been studies that have linked depression to like gut health. If I can say how important right like supplement intake, this is the moment. But I'm not going to take much longer about that. I'm just going to go back to my routine and tell you what I've been sticking to, what I've ditched, and what I noticed the most difference with. So let's get going. Starting the year, I started it with no white sugar, and I always do the same thing from 1st of January until 16th of March, when I actually eat the first kind of like refined sugar when I have my birthday cake. This year I did exactly that, and then usually in March I'm pretty good because I'm not craving sugars just yet, but then in April I go crazy. And let me tell you what happened. I think maybe you have seen it. It's my mom's fault. She brought me this huge cake, like huge, like this big, that I froze, and Filippo was like, I'm not really gonna have it. Filippo is very particular with things that he has, but this is like my all-time favorite cake, so of course I was having it. I by myself ate in 1 month. You're not gonna believe me. I need to go and get it from the freezer. I had to freeze it because I couldn't stop myself from eating it. I have to show you how much of that cake I ate. Okay, I just realized you won't really be able to see much because my mom's changed the size of the box because it couldn't fit in the freezer anymore. This is what's left. Like, imagine this times 3 in a huge box, okay? This is the cake. It's like plasma and lots of nuts and chocolates, and I love it, but I had to freeze it because I could not stop eating it. I would eat like huge amounts of this cake. I remember sending my sister a picture telling her like, I literally cannot stop eating this cake, and I'm gonna put it right away back in the freezer. But first I want to tell you that I ate so much sugar that in just this 1 month, I've immediately noticed changes on my body and changes on my mood. I have such a sweet tooth. I literally could eat just sugar from breakfast to dinner. I could just eat sweets, and it's clearly so bad for me. So I decided to do something in May that I've never done before, but I'm sure I can do it because I've already done it for 9 days so far. And in Italy they do this thing called fioretto. It is a religious thing or a spiritual thing, more like it, but I'm not doing it for those reasons. I'm just doing it for myself. And in Italy they do it as a promise, kind of like a sacrifice, to sacrifice one thing in their life. So for example, you sacrifice watching movies or eating processed food, or I don't know, like ordering food, or you sacrifice something, right? And it's a spiritual thing that you do in May. Guess what your girl over here sacrificed? And I've noticed an incredible thing. On 8th of May, I looked at my body. So only 8 days of not eating white sugar. I looked at my body and it was a completely different body. So I'll leave that here. So I've noticed that white sugar has huge effects on me, but since I'm prepping myself to have like the fittest time of my life, and I want to have the fittest time of my life. And I remember I was in the same phase. It doesn't matter that obviously I'm getting married, but I did the same thing before my 30th birthday. I wanted to look the best I've ever looked on my 30th. Is it gonna sound very, very vain if I say that I think that I look the best I've ever looked now, not then? And that's maybe because I'm also older, more mature, and happier in my skin and healthier. And it's not like necessarily like a mirror thing. It's more also a feeling, you know, inside. But I think it's an important thing to say. So right now I have a goal, and I'll tell you everything that a lot of the things that other people might not want to share and tell you. And because I've done a lot of experimenting and I've tried everything from Botox, fillers, I've tried different treatments, I've tried pretty much every single treatment there is under the sun. I can tell you what works, what doesn't work, and what I really believe in, as well as what I don't really believe in. So as of today, 9th of May, I have not had any Botox, fillers, or anything done on my face this year. I obviously have in the past, as you know that. So if you have a look at my forehead, you will notice that it moves very much so. I think because of like years of using Botox, I've learned to move my face a bit less because my face used to move so much more, and I'm actually quite happy for that. I'm happy that I have the expression, but I'm not constantly moving my face, or am I? I don't know. Anyway, so just wanted to give you that background. But one thing that I have had done this year are 2 sessions of microneedling with radio frequency. I think sometimes people get scared when they hear words radio frequency, because radio frequency is known to possibly melt also fat on the face, which can make you look a little bit daunted, tired, not younger, right? But when radio frequency is done well to the right length, wavelength, it is perfection, and that's what's needed to stimulate collagen production, as well as just like boost your skin generally. Now I do that as you start with like a hydrofacial, then it's a microneedling with the radio frequency, then we do a bit of a mask and exosomes. I love exosomes. I love exosomes in skincare. I love exosomes in general. It is something that is extremely science forward, and I believe in it. I've spoken about it before. So microneedling I love, but I haven't had it now for 2.5 months or so, and I will not be having it anytime soon. And you might be wondering, why is that and what has changed? And what has changed is that I have discovered a completely new treatment that is not new for me actually, but I've upgraded a little bit. And I've been a huge advocate and fan of lasers, and I've tried pretty much every single laser besides the CO2 laser. I haven't tried CO2 laser, which I've heard is incredible, because I don't ever have that much downtime. Now you need around 7 to 10 days downtime because your skin is completely peeling after the CO2 laser. And I'll tell you honestly, I think in the last 7 or 8 years, I never once had 7 or 8 days without being on camera or taking pictures. So sometimes when I come on here and people are like, oh, you look different. What's different on your face? And for example, I just did the different makeup or my eyebrows differently. And people would say like, did you have surgery? And I'm like, guys, I literally filmed like 2 days ago. And like I upload videos on Wednesdays and on Sundays. I have not missed an upload in the last 7 or 8 years. I basically tried all the lasers, but recently in Milan, I've discovered a doctor who is such a scientist. She's not like, I don't know how to explain it. She doesn't look at things superficially. When I came for my first appointment, we had 1 hour consultation where she was just asking me questions about what kind of supplements I take, what kind of skincare do I use, what is my skincare routine, why do I do it that way, how does my stomach feel, how does my mind feel, how does my body feel. So many different things about my life and about myself and about my way I like to take care of myself. She combines 2 or 3 different machines, different wavelengths, different lasers, and she developed her own protocol called Grace Protocol. And she asked me a lot of things. I'll show you later, because later on we will be going to one of the appointments. This, by the way, non-sponsored at all. I don't even think she knows I'm filming this video, but I'm so impressed because I have told you before, I have certain concerns on my skin, and even after the first treatment, right after I left the clinic, my skin looks better. I don't know what kind of sorcery that is. I don't know what kind of magic that is, but I think this woman will completely change everything for me. Anyway, however, after the treatment, you're not allowed to use any acids on your skin, because you can get like rebound stimulation. That is like if you are trying to strip your skin too much, then it basically like rebound excretes oil, and then you get more oily and more pore. Visibility of the pores is more obvious. So no acids for me right now, and that's very, very different. For the first time in my life, it's been more than 6 weeks, I think, that I haven't actually used any acids on my skin, and that's very different. On the skin note, I have been religiously using my LED mask that I believe in. I've been using my sheet masks. I've been using barrier creams a lot, and in general my skincare, which I will show you as well kind of later what I'm using to, is very intuitive. So I listen to my skin, what it needs, what it wants, and that's basically what I've been doing. I've been showing you most of the things that I've been doing, so I think most of it you actually already know. Just to finish off on skincare, I think one of the things that has been incredibly helping is also no sugar, because the moment I started eating sugar, I got breakouts. Like just a few. They're not very obvious. My skin has been the best it's ever been in my whole entire life, but think about that as well. Another thing extremely important, especially with lasers, but even when you're not doing any lasers, is SPF. Daily SPF. And for the first time ever, I've noticed that was actually before I went to the laser appointment, but I noticed the pigmentation and I was like, I need to start like really religiously applying SPF before makeup, of course, but I've actually since then found a product that makes compliance so much easier. So of course I would do my daily SPF, etc. But when I'm on the plane, I don't want to like keep retopping it up and having SPF nonstop in my bag. I found this powder that I will also give you the info for. I found this powder online. It has SPF in it, and it's just like a mattifying powder that you can put in any single handbag that you have and top up your SPF throughout the day, which for me, that I'm flying a lot and I'm often exposed to the sun, is extremely, extremely important. And I'm sure you guys will agree. I think that SPF can completely change the way we age. So that's skincare wrapped up. So this year I reduced my hydrofacials, which I normally would have very, very, very often, just because I'm in the middle of my protocol, of my laser protocol, and I plan on finishing it before summer. And then I will get back to hydrofacials. I still love hydrofacials. I still swear by them, but at the moment I'm not able to have them because they do have a mix of acids in the solution that they do prior to the microneedling in the hydrofacial treatment for me. So no lotion B50, none of that, okay? Or whatever it's called. We're just holding our breath with acids for a little bit. No salicylic, azelaic, glycolic, lactic, mandelic, none of those acids currently are in my routine. Just to mention that when I talk about acids, I'm only talking about my face, right? We got that. The body is another story, but we'll talk about body later. One thing I ditched since January is dry brushing, and I ditched it because I don't know, like sometimes I noticed it was making my skin actually worse. Yes, sure, I know it's very good for boosting circulation, but I do so many things for boosting circulation, including increased physical activity right now, that I just didn't feel that many benefits from dry brushing. Please, can somebody tell me if you know something better about this? However, the things that I definitely am still doing is daily stretching. In fact, daily stretching has gone like to another level of me doing Pilates even more than I did. So we started with like 2 sessions per week, and now I'm on going to reformer 3 to 4 times per week, and every single day stretching at home. In fact, I'm currently doing a little boot camp. A Pilates boot camp, and that's before the summer, and I just in general feel like I'm getting so much better in my own body and stronger, and I want to get even stronger. Like recently Annabelle booked this advanced Pilates class for us. I was sore for like a day and a half, but I just really love it. I think also finding a good instructor is extremely important. It shouldn't be too easy, it shouldn't be too hard, it should be somewhere in the middle, difficult but doable, and that's what I've been really enjoying. I also think as women, for us, physical activity is so extremely important. Did you know that women, when they hit menopause, they actually lose 30% of their bone mass? I mean, it doesn't matter that it's not a topic that affects my age or me personally at the moment. Eventually it will, right? And I feel like women are sometimes so, like if this was happening to the men, I feel like there would already be a cure for this. So I think moving is extremely important, and just like making sure that your bones are very strong, especially like your wrists, which is something that Pilates is, for example, great with, you know, one of the just things that are great with Pilates. But for me and the body that I want to have for my wedding and for my honeymoon is being like really like everything comes together with the right skincare, products, supplements, water intake, and workout. So I think it's a whole universe of doing a lot of different things together. So on topic of workout, currently I'm doing 3 to 4 times Pilates outside of my house, and then every day that I'm not going to the reformer Pilates studio, I actually do mat Pilates at home, like 20 minutes. I stretch and I make sure that I use these elasticated bands that I got so that I can just feel fitter, feel the burn a little bit more, even if it's only at home. And for example, sometimes I would just do like 20-minute ab workout or 20-minute glute workout or 20-minute leg workout. 20 minutes are so easy to find in a day that I find this really works because I have no excuses. Plus, it's on my Notion daily routines thing, so that I every day, like now I have such a crazy like morning routine, you guys. Like I tie habits together. I've told you that already. Like for example, while I'm making my coffee in the morning, I grab my supplements already. I mix my Stanley cup. I take my antihistamine, because like everything is just like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I was, for example, forgetting to take my antihistamine every morning. Why? I found the compliance so difficult, and now I decided to put all those habits together. So while I'm brushing my teeth, I have another thing that I do in the morning. Like for example, I am moisturizing my legs, random things. Or when I finish doing my makeup, I moisturize my legs. You might be wondering why I'm moisturizing my legs so much. It's just because I've noticed that my legs, I think because of jeans and things like that, tend to be the driest part of my body. And I especially need to moisturize my knees, my feet, and the back of my heel. I don't know, I'm sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And I found that easier by putting a moisturizer on my makeup table. So every time that I'm done, you might be wondering, like, why not after the shower? Of course, but sometimes after the shower, you need to wait for the body, like body's too wet, you need to dry properly, you need to this, you need to that, blah, blah, blah. Somehow this works for me right now. And I'll show you all the products that I use that I believe in. I know I told you that I'm not really dry brushing anymore, but that does not mean I'm not exfoliating. I'm actually exfoliating two different ways. One is mechanical and one is chemical. And chemical is by using acids on my body. I am specifically using the Ordinary, which I find super, super affordable. It's an acid. It's great for exfoliation, and I will show it to you later. And after that, I'm using a moisturizer that I found over the years works the best for me. There are three. So I'll show you all three of them in case that helps. I think hair is quite an important topic, and I feel like I never had more hair in my life. Now, I have very strict rules now. I do not color my hair more than twice a year. It's actually technically 3 times or twice. No, it is twice, because I do like January, middle of the year, and I wanted to say December, but really that's kind of like January. So it's like either January, middle of the year, December, or January, middle of the year, January, middle of the year, January, etc., etc., etc. I want to answer a lot of questions that maybe you have missed. Yes, I do have gray hair, and yes, I do not care. It doesn't really affect anything. I think the secret is in the color that I have. I have highlights that kind of start here-ish. So as I get my roots, you can't really see them because the way that the color has been done so smartly that it doesn't really affect regrowth and the grays. And that's very important to me because I like to be high maintenance so that I can be low maintenance, and so that I can wake up every morning with healthy, thick hair that looks good, with good color and good skin, and I don't have to worry too much. But obviously that takes a village. It's not easy, but it somehow makes it easier. So only 2 times a year I do color, which is a big difference to when I used to color my hair like 4+ times. And honestly, that's one thing that was drying my hair the most. It actually thinned my hair a lot as well, and I have naturally thick hair, but right now I've never had thicker hair than now. I use a lot of like my own treatments, such as I make sure that my scalp is always in a very, very good health. Don't forget, your hair grows from your scalp. So again, I use the same Ordinary acids that I have told you about on the scalp in order to exfoliate the scalp as well. You need to remove all the residue of hairspray, dry shampoo, I don't know, oils and things from your scalp, because that residue builds up on your scalp and it's clogging your pores and it's making it harder for the hair to grow. So actually exfoliating the scalp is insanely important. You need to remove it. You need to remove that layer, one layer of the scalp. Of course, not too much, because that will also affect the barrier. Just like we have the barrier on our face, we have it on everywhere on our skin, including on the skin of the head. So it's important to exfoliate, but not to remove the barrier. It's very, very important. I think the scalp exfoliation is the one new thing that I've started doing. Obviously, I'm still oiling and putting like right products in it, and I do go to the hairdressers for the blow dry, but every single time that I go, I bring a treatment with me, and I always bring my K18 products. I'm sure you guys have heard me speak about it. I spoke about it like 1 million times. I think it's just very important for me because it's one treatment that, like, for example, my hairdresser doesn't use, and I bring it with me. I've explained to all the girls how to use it. You have to really rub your hands, close, make it completely white, apply it on your hair, and it is a miracle product. And you can't use a hair mask with it. Miracle product. I love it. I don't know, is this the longest my hair has ever been? And it's really great. I might trim it soon before summer. Should I trim it? Is it too long? I don't think it's too long, but in general, I love the long hair. I just need my hair to be very healthy, and I love a blunt straight cut. So we'll see. Maybe next time I color it, which is going to be like middle of the year-ish, end of May probably, I will then also, shall I bring you guys with me when I go to color it? Let me know. Anyway, when I color it, I will also probably cut it a little bit. So that's the hair. Very important to have the treatment, very important to have the clean scalp. I still use those like massaging brushes to improve my circulation. I use a lot of product. I use the K18, I use the oils, and I use the good stuff such as my Kerastase oil for the ends. That's kind of basics, I think. I think also talking about SPF before for the skin, SPF for the hair is extremely important. Please don't forget it. If you're planning summer holidays, I will have a lot of different SPFs linked in the description box, the ones that I feel like are the best of the best. And trust me, I've tried so many SPFs. I'll tell you one thing, it's quite a funny thing. A million years ago, I started this fashion blog called The Glam and Glitter. I still have it and I still update it. And I really genuinely always recommended the products I like, no matter if they were just random like Scholl foot cream, okay? The Scholl foot cream that you can buy in a pharmacy that costs, I don't know, like €6. I told you guys, this is really the best foot cream that I've discovered, and I've tried everything under the sun. There was also a very good Clarins foot cream at the time. I don't know if they still make it, but I remember I recommended it and someone commented, this is such a random recommendation, but I tried it and it truly is the best foot cream. And that comment stayed with me for like 15 years, because I remember how important it is to truly recommend only the best stuff. And I'm so privileged that I have the chance to try so many products, guys. Like the beauty brands send me products. I buy products. I buy everything new that comes out on the market. If that brand doesn't send it to me, I will buy it and I will try it and I will tell you what are truly the best products. So like do whatever you want with that information. I'm just telling you my honest truth. Those are the things that have mainly really changed and stayed the same. I don't do as much infrared sauna as I would love to do. I just find it a little bit difficult and hot. It is hot, it's sauna, but it's really healthy. However, I haven't been so good with compliance on infrared sauna. On my pressure boots, I do every time after a flight, I use it, but I'm not so good with it to use it like regularly, like several times a week. I probably should use it more often than I do, but I just find that also like having an overwhelming routine, it can be a little bit too much. So I wanted to tell you of the things that I found made the biggest difference for me, which was using the right products, using them in the right way on the hair, on the skin of the face, and on the body skin, and on the scalp, taking my supplements regularly, doing my LED light, moving. Those are the things that have made the biggest difference. And I'm going to show you the products that I truly love and think are irreplaceable. I know I started this video by telling you how important stopping sugar intake was for me, or like at least minimalizing it, but I'm a 0 or 100%. I cannot just do one chocolate bar. I take like, I eat 3. I cannot have like half a piece of cake. This is a whole other topic, but one thing, the biggest difference that I've noticed with not eating sugar is the difference on my stomach. Like my stomach is not so hard. It's so much like more sculpted, and I think that's the thing that for me personally just made the biggest difference. And it's funny because like no matter how much water I take, like how good I am with my water intake, how good I am with any other things, the thing that makes the difference is the sugar. I didn't want it to be the truth. Everybody in my family loves sugar. Everybody in my family loves sweets, cakes, desserts, tiramisu. I don't know how many carrot cakes I ate actually since I am back on the sugar diet, but many. Okay, I know this is the moment that many of you want to see and discover, and I'm gonna show you my best kept secret holy grail products that I'm not gonna gatekeep, because I don't gatekeep anything from you. So let's start. What do you want me to start with? So I have some products here that are new repurchases, but you've seen them many times. Like some will be, for example, this La Prairie Skin Caviar Lip Balm Mist. This is a new pack, but this is a one that I used, for example, today when I was doing my makeup. I'm just gonna do. Shall I start with body care? Because I feel like that's least of the things that I have to show you. So what I wanted to just make sure that you guys understand, I will have some things here that are in boxes, but also brand new, because I've ordered a lot of the new things, like the highlighter, a new K18, for example. Is this a small one? This is a 15 milliliter, but this is actually perfect for when I'm going to the hairdresser. In case you have any doubts, and I understand that people online will have doubts about honesty of influencers when it comes to so many different things, because unfortunately some people promote anything. But I'll tell you that none of the brands that I'll be showing you right now are sponsoring. This is not sponsored by any of these brands. I have worked with Space NK for a long time now, and a lot of these items you will be able to find on Space NK, but these are my genuine, true, best of the best selection of the products that I think you will be able to find in the world. Okay, now we got it. Let's get into it. So K18, I got a new one, little one. I didn't remember that I got the little one, but now I remember that I got it because it fits better in any handbag. So sometimes I would bring this and it can be bigger for the Constance, for example. But if you bring a smaller one to the hairdressers, I always bring this to the hairdressers. They know how to use it. So I do not do a single shampoo without using my K18. That's one thing that I really, really believe has transformed my hair. Like, look at it. Another thing that I use, I have a bigger bottle of this as well, funnily enough. This is Acidy. You can use it on your face as well. I do think it's a little bit stronger, but it is actually, I don't use it on my skin because remember, I'm not using any acids right now on my skin. So what have we got? We have glycolic acid 7% toner, and we have also, it just is like a daily AHA toner to improve skin texture, and the pH is minus 3.6, so quite acidic, as you will imagine. The point with this is it's a game changer. I apply this on dry scalp before washing and leave it. Dry scalp like this, like shh, shh, shh. Probably not that great. I massage it a little bit, but I don't scrub it. And you just kind of like leave it there, then you wash it. What does it say at the back? Apply to dry scalp 3 times a week. I don't apply it 3 times a week. Tilt your head back and use the nozzle to gently disperse product from the front to the back of the head in a sweeping motion. Massage well. I just apply it. I massage a little bit, not too crazily. That's kind of my routine. And I think that this really, really removes all the dead cells and all the kind of it exfoliates the skin of your head. I love this product. It's not expensive at all. And honestly, you don't need anything fancy for your scalp. It's just like an acid treatment. That's it. Doesn't go deeper than that. I also have to say this can be very good also for people who have skin acne, like on the back. That's what I meant. Sorry, like body acne. That's what I meant. Obviously, first of all, if you have very bad body acne, you should go to the dermatologist. That goes without being said. But this can be quite helpful because it exfoliates. So just an idea. So that's what I have here for the products that I use for my hair. That's what I selected over here, and I really believe in that. So that way you treat your scalp, you give your hair good treatment. I also recommend getting a good hair oil for the ends, but don't forget the mid part, because what's important is you treat the top, the mid, and the end, and the treatment overall. So what I do for the mid, I use a leave-in conditioner. I'll link some in the description box below, but I mentioned them many times before, so I don't want to bore you with that again. Now let's talk about body skin. I have realized years ago that one of my favorite, I have a few favorite body moisturizers, which I mentioned at the very beginning. I love the Sisley moisturizers. I love the Black Rose. I love the Saffron. And I decided to try a new one, which I'm loving. I've actually already applied it this morning when I was doing makeup, and it's beautiful and it doesn't pile. Like, you know, when you apply a skin moisturizer and it piles, it like leaves like the weird little residue. There's nothing worse. And funnily enough, a lot of the expensive body lotions actually do that, which I find ridiculous. Like, they have not formulated them well enough. Well, I'll tell you that Sisley never does that, and I'm loving this one. This is restorative body cream. It's basically just a skincare and hydrator, and I love the pump. So here's the thing. With engagement ring, a lot of cream and lotion and things get inside, and I don't like that. So I always take off my engagement ring, but sometimes on the go, I don't. And this is great that it has a pump, so I can just put it in a specific part of my hand and like rub it nicely. Been loving this. I will link the other Sisley creams that I love. I love the Junebird oil in gel that I've shown you last time. That has been specifically great when I'm wearing like a shorter skirt, dress, shorts, whatever, and I want my legs to be shiny but hydrated. It's quite oilier, so it does tend to leave like, not everything oily, but you know, like if you touch your legs, then you touch your camera on the phone and then you cannot take any more pictures, which for my job is not ideal. I use that when needed, but I use this every single day and it's insane. Also, I use this Sisley exfoliant mousse. This is so good when you're exfoliating mechanically your body, especially knees and elbows and drier parts of your body. I love it. It smells like lavender, especially relaxing in the evening. Doing this then doing this. It's so good. But when I feel like my skin is like literally looking like elephant skin after sunbathing or something, then this on the legs, applying this on dry skin only. You don't want to put it on wet skin because wet skin would dilute. Your natural skin has 5.5 pH, and this is what did we say? Like 3.6. So this is acidic, and you don't want to put water in it because that will be quite more, it will make it basic and it will do nothing for you. You need acid. So it needs to be your dry skin, you apply it on, you like rub it in and sleep a night. In the morning you can shower and then apply moisturizer. So this is also a really great mechanical exfoliant. Important to use them one, then the other one, then the other, and so on intermittently. So that is the body. Of course, I would also suggest using an SPF when you're sunbathing and getting your skin out in the sun, but I think we know that, right? I will link a good SPF for you guys as well, in case you're looking for a good one. Now, talking about SPFs, we can move to the skincare. I have few random products here that many of them are not going to be novelty for you guys. I love, 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 love the Medik8 Advanced Night Restore Cream. In fact, I have 2 here. I think I have probably around 8 of these around the house. I discovered this exactly a year ago. I know because I bought it when I was in London at Space NK in London, and I know that it was a year ago. I think it was June. When was the finals of the Football Cup? I think in June. So I bought this cream and it's been a year that I've been using it day and night. I love it. Nothing's changed there. In fact, I completely fell in love with Medik8. I also love this Crystal Retinol Ceramide Eye. This product over here, it is retinol, but since I haven't been getting my Botox done for over 5 months now, I actually need to do a really good around eye care so that I don't get those fine lines or like, I think they were worse, but laser plus retinol is helping. Laser is definitely helping. And one thing with me is that I have this scar here. I don't know if you can see it because I was born with this benign tumor under the eye. I've spoken about it before. It kind of just like went up by itself, like hemangioma basically. And a lot of people would sometimes message me to say like something went wrong with your under eye filler or like what's that under your eye? Ew. And it's basically a scar from what I had when I was a child. So I tried to put a lot of skincare there so it's moisturized and it's not as obvious, but obviously it doesn't bother me. It's more of you're a strong reminder that not that it was like a big deal, but it was a big deal because I had like a big red thing under my eye for most of my childhood, which obviously meant that I was not exactly blending in with the rest of my friends. I am obsessed with this product first. First of all, the packaging is insane. I know that doesn't matter and shouldn't matter when it comes to skincare at all, but it's so beautiful. Can we just discuss? This is glass. This is Supremia. It's an anti-aging night lotion. I apply it morning and night. Who cares? I love the beautiful pump over here, and it's quite like gooey lotion. So I apply it all over before I apply moisturizer, and in the morning I actually wake up so soft and so smooth, and I just want to like touch my skin like it's so plump and soft and beautiful. When I feel like my under eye is a little bit drier, I love to use this. I once bought this at the airport because I really, really, really love the idea of it. And it's an under eye mask. And I always love the Sisley face mask. I think I've spoken about Sisley face masks for over 8 years now. I started with the Black Rose. I then fell in love with their one for the spots. It's like a white clay one. I'll link them all below. But then I bought this one at the airport, and by the time I landed, I already used like a third of it because I was constantly like applying it and reapplying it and massaging it and loving the smell and everything. And that's not what you should do, by the way. But I really, really love this one. I randomly got a new one to try because I've never tried this one before. Beta hydroxyacid essential oils. I need to check the ingredients to see if I can actually use this right now. But since I love Sisley, so my favorites are like, one is called like something tropical fruit resin mask, and one is the Black Rose. Those are like my favorites. I really, really love them. There's also a light pink one, which is supposed to make you look glowy, but honestly, I feel like that one doesn't do absolutely anything for me. I don't really like it at all, don't recommend it. But apparently that's like favorite of Kim Kardashian. Not for me. I love the Black Rose, and I love the most the tropical resin fruit situation, and I'll try this one as well, and then I'll let you know what I think. For me, like Sisley is just really, really good. I've never, ever, ever worked with a brand, so just so you know, because there's a lot of Sisley, so I want you guys to understand. But this I have used before, but I remember it being like shorter. It smells the same, I used this product before. It was shorter and it had a little bowl, and I would apply it whatever I had a pigmentation, and it would genuinely get rid of the pigmentation. And I want to use it on this little one pigment. Can you see a dot there? I don't know what I've done there, but I have this pigment dot and I need to make sure that I get rid of it, and I'm going to try and use this. Obviously, when it comes to skincare and pigmentation, I topped up on the SPF. I have so much SPF here, guys, because I take SPF so seriously that you cannot imagine. So the product that I was telling you about in a powder, move everything because I think this needs to take the center stage, is this Super Goop. It's called Reset Powder with SPF 30, high protecting UVA, UVB, 100% mineral sunscreen powder. I've tried it already this morning and it's actually insane. So you open it so that the powder comes out. First of all, this is basically 2-in-1. Mattifying a bit, mineral powder with SPF 30. I think this is genius and I love it. Okay, now I closed it. Now I need to, like this, and then this can go in the bag, basically. But I also got the Ultraviolet SPF 30. This is actually Super Glow Bronzing Drops. So let's try it. I've never tried it before, but I really wanted to try it because I'm hoping that in the summer I could just be applying this on my skin every day. Delicious. Love it. Can you see? Really, really nice. Glowy, a bit giving tan, not too oily or something like that. It dries nicely. Not really any like superficial smell or anything like that. I also got the Super Glow Illuminating Drops. So one is orange, one is pink. Let's see. Okay, now we're talking. This is more illuminating. The other one was more bronzing. Can you see the illuminated part? It's actually quite insane. One thing that I have not managed to find ever is good lip SPF, and my lips do tend to get really dry in the sun. So I decided to try this Ultraviolet SPF 50 ones. It's like a hydrating lip balm. The problem is not actually that I don't like them. The problem is the taste. After a while, the taste becomes so annoying that I just keep ordering food when I'm by the pool or by the beach because of the aftertaste. Let's try this. I have a lipstick now that I've shown you before, but it smells like lanolips. No weird taste so far, but I need to leave it a bit, you know, and I'll update you. But I saw the reviews and everybody is saying that this is really the best. Regards skincare, obviously SPF is so important, but also sometimes I do get clogged pores. And this has been my favorite mask for clogged pores for probably 7-8 years now. This, and funnily enough, there was another one by a brand that doesn't even make it anymore, like Super Mud or something like that. Or this is Ultramore Mud Mask. It's from Omorovica. It's a brand from Hungary. Smells divine also, but not like fake, very medicinal kinda. This is it, and this, guys, makes my skin, like, I cannot tell you, like the pores, everything. I have a con, red carpet soon. When I need this, and it just changes everything for me, okay? Also need to check ingredients because I'm not sure it does not contain acids, so need to be careful. But two things that I cannot recommend enough are the Revitalash Brow and Lash Serum. Obviously, so many of you have been asking me, what have I been doing with my lashes and the brows? And this is it, besides my supplements and vitamins and LED mask, because keep in mind that LED also improves the growth of hair. It's been scientifically proven, plus the serum, plus the supplements. I mean, that's the whole point. We are actually adding one thing on another, and we're creating this synergetical compound, which is actually really getting the best results. By the way, I know I've said it, but as Space NK has been partner, you will find links to every single product that I've mentioned linked in the description box below. If you're interested in a particular product or you want to know more about it, you can also ask me. I have been using these products, most of them for 5+ years. So besides the ones that I've just told you I've ordered for the first time ever. It's been 5 years, so ask away. I'm not going to show you much more. I just want to show you makeup products that I have used to achieve today's look. Sponsor of today's look. I've started with the Hourglass foundation. I think this will be my foundation on my wedding day. I don't know. I mean, at this point, it's giving that vibe. And I use the shade Nude. I'm quite pale right now. I try to use all my others. I have so many Hourglass foundations, but just to show you how much I vary in shades. Look at this. I love this foundation because it really stays, it doesn't cake, it's easy to apply, also on the go. Really, really, really love it. So one thing that I've been loving and using pretty much every single day is this Rare Beauty Good Energy bronzing stick. I mean, this is where we are. So I reordered it. I hope I got the right shade. No, a random, another shade, Full of Life I've ordered. This is a bit more dark, I think. Is it gonna be too dark? I don't want to try it now on like powdered and everything skin, but maybe for summer, in case it's a big difference. Let's check. This is one of the best bronzing sticks I've ever tried in my life, and I'm very, very picky. I should remember, it's Good Energy. Okay, I tried something today that I think is out of this world. Two things that, from all the makeup products that I'm gonna tell you, these two are just like, wow. And it's this Rare Beauty Blush in Hope, matte bouncy blush. Let me just show you, even though I have so much blush now on my face already. I like the boy blush, which is like application here, not here anymore. Look at this. It's really pigmented. I absolutely, absolutely love this. This is shade Hope, but obviously there are so many other shades that I wanted to try, including Worth and Thriving. But I knew that Hope is my favorite shade of other Rare Beauty blushes, so I really, really wanted to try it. My favorite Rare Beauty one product is this Accelerate highlighter, but guys, this is the second one that already broke and I don't know what am I doing wrong. I think what I need to do is when I'm packing it to put like cotton pads inside so that it compresses it better, so when I travel and it hits on something it doesn't actually break. But I decided to try another one that I've ordered. Look at this. This is gonna be even better actually. I just really need to take care of this. This highlighter is insane. Wow, this will be great actually for Cannes. Perfect. So I got that, and remember I told you there are two products that I discovered. One was this that I thought was like out of this world, and the other one is from Vestment Atelier. They've just launched these palettes, like bronzer and blush, and I like the one in the shade Petal and Biscuit, which is not a surprise because Petal and Biscuit are actually my combination in their contour stick blush and bronzer. Those are exact my shades. So look at this bronzer. I've already applied it today, but look at this. It's so good, so natural, and I love this blush. And I love the packaging. You can just throw this in your bag and it has a bronzer and it has a blush. So far, no weird taste here, which is really, really good. One thing when it comes to beauty that I've changed this year, I forgot to mention, is no more lash or brow lamination. Just like I've told you that my hair got dry and not the best with overly frequent hair dyeing, right? And treatments that are processing hair. I think brow lamination and lash lamination is also really, really damaging and drying them. So instead of actually laminating my lashes, which I'm sure would look insane for like about a week, but then they will start growing out and it will be annoying, I'm actually now using the old-fashioned, old school method. So that's what's been really, really working. For my lips, I've already shown you, I've used beautiful lipstick. This is the shade. And the lip liner, of course, in Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. Love that. I also, for my eyes, used the Westman Atelier, these little shadows. And I used the Vanille in the inner eye corner. And then all over, I used Cafe Creme. I wouldn't mind a Cafe Creme now. I've also used Hourglass Gel Liner in bronze, but I also ordered the Rare Beauty Gel Liner, which I am very much looking forward to trying because I've ordered the brown. Ooh, very pigmented. A lot more pigmented actually than the Hourglass one, which can be good and bad. Depends what kind of effect you want to achieve when you're doing your makeup. So, I feel like I spoke so much. That's all. I shared all of my secrets with you guys. Can you see the forehead now? How much it moves? Am I gonna have a Botox top up? I don't know. For the moment, I'm kind of happy with what it is. I haven't had anything, like anything done for a good 6 months, I think now. Well, this year for sure, but it's been a while, even last year. So I don't know what to tell you. You tell me, do I look any different to when I was having the treatments done? Because I have such an expressive face and I use the muscles a lot, I actually felt like I needed Botox. Like it runs out for me. I need a top up every 3 months. But I basically decided to go cold turkey. Anyway, that's it. You know what kind of treatments I use for the hair. You know what kind of treatments I use for the skin. Specifically, I really believe in laser. I love the microneedling, but those were the things. I do pretty much my regular Pilates. So today I will try to take you to Pilates class, but you will see a bit from that. And right now I'm gonna change, I'm gonna wash my face, and I'm gonna try and bring you to where I do my laser. And I'll insert some pictures of the machines so you guys can see some of that as well. Okay guys, dressed up, I don't know if you can see, and removed my makeup. Let me show you. No makeup at all because I'm actually heading for a laser appointment, right, Filippo?
Yep.
But the thing with the laser appointment is that it's quite difficult to vlog. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film this, but this is a laser with no... Filippo put a hair tie on the camera. This is a laser with no downtime at all. I've never had a laser like this. All the other lasers that I've done, I was always red afterwards. But this is so special because the doctor that is actually doing the laser, she does so much research and she's so like specialized in this, in skin in general, that she looked at every single pore on my skin and she decided like a very special treatment. Like it's kind of like, she calls it like her own procedure that she kind of, I want to say patented, I don't know if it's patented, but like it's literally like only known to her, and it's something I'm only recently discovered. It's only a second session I'm going to, but after the first session I already noticed the difference, and I kept telling Filippo I can't wait to go for the second one. I can't wait to go to the second one. So let's get that glow on. Now when I put the camera on, it looks like I don't have anything on my skin.
Yeah.
It looks perfect.
Filter.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay guys, I just finished my appointment. I'm not wearing any makeup, so hopefully you can see me well. I got really beautiful peony, in fact some closed ones as well, like 3 peonies from the doctor. But I want to tell you more about the treatment that I'm doing as part of my pre-bridal skincare routine. So I actually was very, very lucky to discover Dr. Hen Irfa here in Milan. She is at the Hanuna Clinic, in case any of you in Milan or around want to check. I need to check with her if it's okay to share, because I know that she's been like overbooked by like, yeah, I just made like my next appointment, which is like second half of like June, but she's been very, very, very overbooked. So she doesn't need a shout out at all, in fact, but still, I want to tell you because I'm not gatekeeping and I want you guys to know what I'm doing. I think everybody has different skin concerns, and it's funny because my skin concerns are skin texture and some pigmentation as well. So I think I mentioned that already before. I get like an oily forehead here, this area, but other than that, I don't actually have like, I know it's gonna sound maybe a little bit hypocritical, but wrinkles are not my main concern. Also, I don't have really dark under circle. I don't really have some issues. So someone else might come and say like, my concern is acne scarring or acne or under eye circles, dark under eye circles or wrinkles. I do have scarring on my face. I had varicella in my early 20s. That was terrible. But I have some ice pick scarrings, and I have some, I believe she said, was it pool? I'll have to search what was the other one, scarring. And she has this like grace protocol. It's a thing created by like with lasers and not just lasers. So first sensation is kind of like electrical warm, but there's like a ice cold nozzle, and then the energy coming out is warm. So after the warm sensation, there was a cooling sensation, and then we finished it all off with freezing cold treatment. They're like, she combines all the treatments, different wavelengths, different energies, different things for different concerns in order to achieve the best results for the concern that you have. And I've noticed a tremendous improvement on the ice picks. The ice picks just like, especially like here, I think I've mentioned it before, where makeup can set in like really awkwardly on my zygomatic ligament here. It's been like something that nobody could really help me with. And what I find so crazy is that, look at me, there's no downtime. So I've just had a session, and just like what I really, really love about Dr. Han is that she has so much knowledge. She actually goes around to educate people on how to use, I'll take a picture of the machines that she used, and she goes around the world to educate people on how to use lasers. So I'm so happy I found her, because she really is wow. Wow. And I would have never found out about her, but a mutual friend told me. So that's also like a bit like thing with Milan. It's not very easy to find out what the good thing is in Milan. I found it so much easier in Paris. In Milan, it's like almost impossible to find what's good, because people are gatekeeping like you cannot even imagine. So anyway, here's to my bridal skin. Another day, another Pilates lesson. Let's get going. I need some freshness. And that. And I know which bag I'm gonna do. Okay. I need to get it. Okay, what do I need? Let's go to train. Okay guys, got back from Pilates. Your girl is back. Gonna jump in the shower, get back to my life basically. I just wanted to film this video to kind of show you a lot of my beauty favorites, a lot of my best kept beauty secrets, to tell you like the feedback on how things were going and how things are going. And currently we're just like moving a little step up by increasing the workouts, getting more active, stronger, just in general improving the quality of how I feel. I think the difference in small little habits that you make and you change can really like, they can make huge difference, and your life quality can improve as a result of that. So I don't know who needed to hear this. I don't know if this video was useful. I hope it was. I just wanted it to be very honest chat with a lot of beauty tips. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna jump in the shower, exfoliate, moisturize, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.